दादा एक सेकेंड।
Launch of Swiss Wellness products in the market. My name is Michelle Wade. I'm the Commissioner for the state of Victoria, based here in India. We've got offices in Bangalore and in Mumbai. The work that we do is to promote trade, investment and education between Victoria and India. And it's been really exciting over the last couple of years to see a growing interest in health and beauty products. In fact, for many years, we haven't been very involved in consumer products, but this is very much an area where Indians are starting to represent, to understand the great value of Australian clean and green products, and also the growing interest in e-commerce. What's exciting for us today is that we think the launch of Swiss Wellness into the Indian market is one of the Australian beachhead brands, and it's really going to lead the way for many, many more brands from Australia and Victoria in India. I'd like to say as well that these sorts of activities, it's not just pulling together the media that makes these happen. We've been working for over 18 months with the Swiss team from around the world. That involves everything from working out and analysing with the market what products this market is going to demand, who the right channel partners will be, but also the logistics of how we're going to make sure that these products arrive in the best possible condition to service the great health needs for India. So I'd also like to acknowledge this afternoon the Swiss H&H team who we've worked with for over a year, and my colleagues Gopi, Abby, Vijay and Arif have worked very hard on this project also. So we welcome you here this afternoon, and I'd now like to introduce Kanup Servest, our CEO of Global Victoria.
Hey Mumbai, I promise I won't take up too much of your time. I know you're all here to hear a little bit more from Nusrat, but again, it's a pleasure to be here in Mumbai, a city I hold very dear to my heart. And it's extremely important to be here today to launch one of Australia's best brands in vitamins, minerals and health supplements here in India. So Swiss is based in Australia, in our state of Victoria, and is a major contributor to the state's highly successful exports in medical, pharmaceutical and nutraceutical products. Last year they won the Governor's Export Award for Best Company in E-commerce, and then went on to take on the National Award. So we're very pleased that Victoria is home to a high concentration of medtech and pharmaceutical companies. And in our capital, Melbourne, we're home to 69 companies with a combined market capitalisation of $123 billion. So it's probably fair to say we know a little bit about health and wellness. So we're very pleased that we can support these companies through Victoria's world-leading research talent, and we have a really strong regulatory environment. So all adding to a health and wellbeing ecosystem with an international reputation for quality. So today again, we're here to celebrate Swiss and Swiss's entry into India. So we're bringing our finest to you, and we're sure that you will also love the products that they have. So Swiss's product produces vitamins, supplements, functional food and skincare, backed by science and world-class manufacturing standards. And they use ingredients from nature to help millions of people around Australia and indeed around the world from all walks of life. So as Michelle mentioned, we're so pleased to be here as part of Swiss's journey, and our team has been very excited to work with them. As Michelle mentioned, I know our team here in Bangalore has done an amazing job, and congratulations to them, Gopi and Abby in particular. And of course, congratulations Nick, your team here, also got Emily here to my right. It's been great, it's been an instrumental launch, and we're so pleased to be able to bring some goodness here to a country that really values these kinds of products. So congratulations again, and I'll now hand over to Nick Marr, the Managing Director. Thank you.
We have some PC panic going on there. Good on, Michelle, thank you
very much. Nusrat, lovely to meet you. Thank you for being here. And Sid from Amazon. Where's Sid? I'd like to welcome Sid quickly as well. As you know, we're launching initially with Amazon India on the Australian store and with our own brand store, and Sid's been instrumental in helping with that. So thank you, Sid from Amazon. Thank you very much everyone for being here today, not just to celebrate the Swiss launch in India, but to also really celebrate the Victoria and India business relationship. Michelle just told me that there are over 250,000 Indian families that live in Melbourne, so we think there's a nice synergy between our two countries and cities. And I don't know if you've ever seen a cricket match between Australia and India played at the MCG, but I think you get a sense of the passion between the two countries. Look, Swiss has grown from humble beginnings. We're 50 years old this year. We are a Victorian success story. I encourage all of you to come and visit Victoria at some stage to see. Swiss now operates in over 12 countries, but we're very proudly committed to having a Victorian head office that runs this brand on behalf of those 12 countries. So yes, we are a Victorian success story, but none of our success would have been possible without the help of the Victorian State Government and Visit Victoria. So we owe them a great debt of gratitude for our 50 years. Now, we have been wanting to come to India and sell our products for 50 years, and as they say, good things come to those who wait. So hopefully it'll be a wonderful journey for Indian consumers. As Gunul mentioned, we are committed to making millions of people all over the world healthier and happier. And I'd like to show you a short video that really will give you a flavour not only of our great products, but also some of the excitement that a brand like Swiss will bring to Indian consumers over the next few years. So the technology gods smile. So that should give you a really nice flavour of our brand. We certainly believe in celebrating life every day, and we have a philosophy of thankfulness and gratefulness in our organisation as well. We focus on harnessing the power of nature with the power of science. We scour the world to get the most nutrient-rich premium ingredients, which we put into our advanced formulations that are all backed by science and traditional evidence as well. But we manufacture ultimately most of our products in Victoria in Australia. And Victoria and Australia, for those aren't aware, have some of the strictest quality control standards on the planet, which means that you can guarantee our products are of the highest quality, they're very safe, and they're also very effective. We also know that India, over the years, have been pioneers in individual health and wellness as well. And we're quite aware that you have the most millennials in the world, with 60% of the Indian population being under 35. And it's these consumers that we're going to support with our products and our brand. We're going to give this generation who are striving for success in this highly competitive world an opportunity to achieve their dreams through our products and our brand. We're going to focus initially on e-commerce, as I mentioned, working with our wonderful partners at Amazon. And we're going to tell stories about our ingredients and bring them to life with our brand. We're going to connect consumers across digital channels, as I mentioned, because as we know, health is the most important thing that we have, and as we say, health is the new wealth. You would have got a sense from the video as well. We like to do things quite big. We like to bat above our weight, which is an Australian saying, and we're really lucky to work with some of the best global ambassadors. We work with Nicole Kidman. Some of you may have heard of Ricky Ponting. He's one of our ambassadors as well. We also work with the global superstar Chris Hemsworth and his very talented wife Elsa Pataki. Now, Chris really did want to be here today, but unfortunately he's shooting a film in Norway. However, he insisted on filming a little video, particularly for us, which I'd like to show you now as well. Again, if the tech gods are smiling.
Namaste, India. I'm Chris.
So we're going to take the power of our great products, the power of our wonderful brand, and we're going to really excite the Indian consumers as we move forward. Starting with right now, and we're really delighted that Nusrat could join us today. So I'm going to invite her up to the stage to talk to us a little bit about her journey of wellness. Everyone in the room, I'm sure you know Nusrat, incredible actress, multi-talented individual in many ways, whose star is definitely rising. So we're really lucky to have you with us today. So would you like to come up, Nusrat?
Well, everybody's here, so I'll be here. Hi, everybody from the press, media. I'm really happy to be here. When you say fitness and health for me are very integral to me. I mean, please don't go with the body that I have. That takes a lot of hard work. But I'm talking about being healthy and happy from within. And somebody said this to me a while back. It's not a crash diet. It's not just what you want to achieve in a stipulated time frame. It becomes a way of life. And I think that's what I completely agree and resonate when Swiss comes here and says that it's a quest. Because when you make it a part of your lifestyle, it becomes a way of your living. You have to naturally start loving what you eat, being healthier, feeling happier, and it will show on you. And that's one journey and quest that I have been on for quite a few years, from the time that I fell in love with what I eat, how I kind of make myself feel healthier and happier with my lifestyle, with food, with exercise. It's a whole thing, and it's become a very, very integral part of who I am today. And this is why when something as when you say natural ingredients and when you say that that's what's going to be incorporated in your lifestyle, I'm 100% going out there and buying that product. Only because we want to go back to natural resources and try and tap into that. And I love Australia. I think my love affair with Australia started with MasterChef Australia. I started watching it on television and I just couldn't get over that show because they kept talking about natural produce. And I think on a larger scale, when you eat healthy and right, that's what's going to make you feel healthier from within. And I'm just really happy that you guys have chosen to come to India because the market here has opened up to a completely different lifestyle in terms of food. When you go to a restaurant, you'll have a separate menu, which is your vegan menu or your diet menu or your healthy produce menu. You can definitely go to a nice sort of gym and they'll give you another set of sort of regimes and food to kind of follow. So the market right now in India is absolutely correct for you to bring this product here because your multivitamins are going to help everybody who's trying to make a nice and healthier lifestyle and body. And also your food and your beauty, which is always going to be there. So I think I'm glad you guys are here and we have another avenue and source to kind of bring this in our lifestyle, and I'm going to be a consumer for sure. Even if you don't have this e-commerce very, very reaching a lot of audiences, I'm going to reach out for it for sure. So sure, let's chat.
Absolutely, that's Nusrat, tell me about your career, as you first developed. How did you prioritize your own health and wellness? Because I know, I'm not in your industry, of course, but I know that when you're building your career, sometimes you can just get so single-mindedly focused on what you want to achieve at work. But actually, you balance.
When you're an actor, that's just the little bit of a hazard when you are being in this competitive industry because they're going to judge you by the way you look. So your physical appearance becomes your top selling point. And I think I understood that over a few years, that it's not going to look on the outside because if you're not going to be healthy within, the look on the outside is going to fade really fast. That's a little bit of a myth that I think people, when they say we are healthy, they're not able to crack because it's not the fit body that is always going to keep you healthy. I think it's what you are within that keeps you healthy. And for me, that was a journey. Because when I started as an actor, there were a lot of people telling me things, what to do, how to kind of build it, how to make it. But you have to discover it for yourself. And each body is completely unique. What works on me might not work on you. What works on you doesn't work on me. So for me, health, fitness has been a personal journey in quest, where I had to discover what really works for me, what looks good on me, what makes me better, and I stuck to that. And that became my sort of fitness regime. And it's become a lifestyle, yeah. It's become a way of life, I think. I don't think I know how to live another way now.
So tell me about your regime. What do you do? What do you like, and how has it changed over the last few years?
I think I like a mix of everything. I don't like to overwork my body or myself, whether it's physically or mentally. Because sometimes when I'm not mentally in the right place, no matter how much I spend time in the gym, it's not going to really help.
So that means you don't like cardio, or you can go really hard on the
I
gym?
really like doing cardio, but I put in cardio in a form of a game. So I'll play badminton with my parents for 4 hours. That's my cardio. So if I don't go to the gym, I'm on the court playing badminton. So suddenly you're playing a game, your mind is more occupied, you're more energetic, you're not just walking on a treadmill, So I think now that's something I discovered for myself. It could be something else. Somebody could go for a run and feel really happy after a run because tired but energized to start the day all over again, you know. So I think for me, a regime got set into place with how I feel with that exercise. So if I don't feel like going to the gym, I'll probably go play like 4 hours of badminton. And I don't even know where the 4 hours have gone. I've just been playing. So that's one. I like to get my sleep in. I have to have my sleep. If I'm not able to catch sleep in the night, then I'll take a nap in the afternoon. But I really need to get those 8 hours of sleep. Water, very, very important. I think that's actually a problem with me. I forget to drink water, so I have people reminding me to kind of keep drinking water, keep myself hydrated.
And about nutrition, what do you focus on? Do you follow any particular diets not so much diets, but type of way of life?
I don't think a diet is something that I could honestly keep to, and I really don't think a diet works on a larger, like on a longer scale. I mean, it could get you short-term results, but if you have to sustain it on a larger time frame, then a diet doesn't help. You just have to become that. So for me, I eat home-cooked food. My mom makes great food, guys, and I think that's what I would really advocate because it's healthy, it's natural, it's made from all the food that your mom goes and buys from the market, and she's made it with all the love and care. And of course, she looks over all the fat that's not there. So there's very little oil, there's very little salt, very little sugar, but it's still home-cooked food. That's my go-to food. I eat that, and I definitely go to the gym. But if not a gym, then I do an activity. So either it's sports or badminton. So this is my day. I do play around. I keep changing.
And I've heard you're into Pilates. How did that come about?
Pilates, another journey. See, so again, if I kept myself open to it, I discovered it. I went to a couple of sessions with my trainer, and I was amazed at the effort it takes. It looks really simple and easy, but when you get onto that machine, it really makes you cry because it makes you work out certain body muscles and parts that you didn't even know existed. That, oh, that's what's getting worked out. So Pilates again completely made me feel, when I walked out of Pilates, I had a different walk because I had worked out muscles I had not even really known existed. So that was my love for Pilates. I mean, for example, if I don't play badminton, then those 2 days in a week I'll go to a Pilates session. So I kind of put a mix of things in it so that my body is really, it's always shocked. Okay, oh, now she's doing Pilates, now she's playing 4 hours of badminton. Okay, now she's only doing weights. So I do a mix of things there.
And when you think about your own personal quest, I mean, you've been in the Bollywood industry for how many years now?
Can I say that?
Yeah, you do. It's impressive. It's so impressive.
You know, younger than you all for sure.
So tell me about your journey, in the industry and how, your quest has developed, I guess, your own personal journey.
I think, being an artist is a very unique sort of being. I don't know how to explain it, but you dream of such things at such young ages when you feel कि ये सपना सच होगा. I'm sorry, will this dream come true? And then you feel like, I can see it happening, even if the world can't. And at that point, people might kind of say that you're really ambitious, but I stuck to it. I don't know why. I remember somebody asked me to do a small part in a film, and I said, I don't want to do that small part. I want to do the leading girl's part. And I was quite young, I was in college, so people laughed at me when I said that really, you think you could do the lead? And I said, yeah, why not? And bam, a few years later, I was doing the lead. So I don't know how these things kind of how they come into action, but I never stopped dreaming. I never stopped being ambitious. And that's one thing I like about being an artist, that it's never ending. I don't think you ever reach a place where you say, this is it, I'm done. There's always trying to get to something better, something new, being somewhere else. And that sort of keeps me at it every day. I feel like there's something new I want to be today, and somewhere new I want to get to today. And that is what really fuels me.
And that's quite a mindfulness approach, isn't it? It's focusing on a goal, visualizing.
It's passion, I think it's passion. I don't think I'd be here if I wasn't passionate enough with anything I do, whether it's dancing, whether it's acting, whether it's coming to an event like this, where I'm really glad that all these people are here and I'm saying this, and I feel it, I feel like something from within drives me to kind of be this. And I'm glad that I'm at a place where what I think and feel resonates with so many people. And with that comes great responsibility. So I'm very, very careful also. But I'm glad that responsibility kind of is able to influence people in the right way. And I hope in this case, I'm able to drive people to a little more healthier and happier lifestyle.
Absolutely. Now at Swiss, we're Australia's leading wellness company. We've been in operation for 50 years now, and our entire philosophy is built around mind, movement and nutrition. So keeping your mind healthy, your body healthy, and then also making sure you're eating really well.
Correct.
So yeah, what do you think about that? How, as a holistic approach?
I think keeping your mind healthy is being happy. And honestly, nothing out there can make you happy but yourself. And that's something I've just discovered, not now, but a while back. So I keep myself happy, which is why if I want to play badminton, I'll play badminton and I'll be happy. If I want to go to a Pilates session, I'll go to a Pilates session and be happy. Hell, for one event, if I don't want to look in shape and I'm a little fat, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm mentally happy, I'm able to kind of do this. I'm able to be this. And you will never see me stressed or worried about something, and that I think shows on my face and body. जहाँ अगर थोड़ा आप लोगों को समझ आए, just because these people are not listening to me, इसके अगर दिमाग सही है, happy है, तो पूरी body में दिखता है, and that's exactly my complete mantra of life.
At Swiss, we call this celebrating life every day. Nick Mann, our managing director, you celebrate life every day, don't you? What do you do?
How do you do it? Mike?
Yeah, how do you do it? And we might ask a few other people how they celebrate life. So everyone can kind of have a think. If you'd like to say something, just raise your hand. We should do a bit of sharing.
For me, the most important thing, I mentioned it a bit before, about being able to celebrate life every day, it comes from our real gratefulness, right? Just being incredibly grateful for what we have and acknowledging, taking a mindset of what we do have versus what we don't have. And I think that without that mindset, it's very hard to celebrate life every day.
Would anyone else like to share how they celebrate life? Ganu, do you have any ideas? Or anyone else? And we've got fabulous people in the room, so if
Come
anyone
on, guys,
wants to
take a
share
mic
it.
and tell us how you celebrate life every day.
But keep it clean.
Yeah. Really?
We might do.
Okay.
Really? You all don't celebrate life every day? No, I don't. Oh, there you are. Why don't you
Yeah,
tell
Emily?
me? Tell us.
Kundalini yoga.
Oh, nice.
Who's into Kundalini yoga in the room? How many people are into yoga?
Oh, see, there.
Oh, fabulous. And fabulous. Who's into marathon running?
Anybody else wants to do
Anyone?
something? No?
Yes, yoga.
Oh, there.
Are you a marathon runner? A marathon runner or a yogi?
I do yoga. I do meditation. I also work out.
Oh, would you like to
And I
share?
agree with her completely. My name is Rishika. Hi.
Hi.
I agree
Hi.
with you completely when you say that your mind has to be fit, your mind has to be happy. I think that is what really makes all of us happy. If our mind is happy. So that's it.
I'm glad. I'm really glad.
All right, we might call it there. Thank you, Nusrat, very much. I just want you to stand aside just for 1 second. We're going to have it unveiled here in a moment. But before we do that, I just want to acknowledge a few other very important partners in the room for about 15 seconds who have helped us.
Hey, Dada.
Excuse me, 1 minute. We could not have launched here without them. So, to Shuba and our team from Fox Mandal, where are you guys? Thank you very much. So they've got the team at Nika, where are you? Another launch partner, thank you very much. Snapdeal, got the team from Snapdeal here. Flipkart guys as well, very good. And Farmeasy as well. Thank you
Dada,
very much.
submit.
One other very, very special person.
Submit.
We have Claire from CSIRO,
Submit.
who is one of our science partners as well. So thank you very much. Okay, we're nearly done. We're going to ask Gunal and Michelle to come up and help us officially unveil and launch as well. And then we invite everyone, at the end of our formal proceedings, we'll invite everyone over to experience the Swiss Zone, experience our products and our skincare. Thank you very much for joining us. And we'll unveil our
Excuse me. मोबाइल
सब ready in place. करो 1, 2, 3 come.
दादा रुक जाओ ना 2 मिनट
Take come.
समित दादा को बोलना थोड़ा सा नीचे करेंगे पास
I think it's a balancing act.
अरे दादा क्या है यार, ये क्या कर रहे हो? भाई पूरे इवेंट में आप ही दिख रहे हो।
ये फोटो स्टिल
दादा उनका, अरे यार
ओ प्रदीप भाई,
Hey everybody!
ओ
I would
प्रदीप
now
भाई,
like to invite everyone to go over and experience our Swiss zone. So we have
काम हो गया अभी।
भाई चलना आगे चलना।
vitamins,
दादा दादा
अरे पीछे ले लो, पीछे से मारो। कौन है, हो सकता है क्या? अरे दादा,
आगे नहीं आगे दादा क्या कर रहे हो?
दूसरा सेंटर में
वेट मैन सेंटर वेट मैन
देखिएगा
Okay, next.
अरे पीछे आ जाओ यार।
तुम लोग तो नीचे आओ यार।
अरे पीछे आ जाओ। अरे हट जाओ आप लोग यार। दादा
अरे मैम थोड़ा हट जाइए, अरे हट जाइए आप लोग हट जाइए। सेंटर लुक नुसरत, मोबाइल ये नुसरत लुक सेंटर या मैम या
अब खड़ी हो जाओ, बेंच
एक मिनट
something like that. I'll just give you a few. 1, 2, 3.
I don't know. What that is, but it's okay.
मैम इधर एक
अरे पीछे से हट जाओ।
अरे थोड़ा इधर से क्लियर करो ना प्लीज, थोड़ा सा आप लोग फ्रेम में हो सब, आप लोग अरे नीचे आओ ना, फ्रेम में हो आप
व्हाइट
लोग,
शर्ट
थोड़ा प्लीज आओ ना इधर। अरे पार्टी बोल ग्रीन 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 ग्रीन
हाथ नीचे
ग्रीन टी शर्ट, ओ ग्रीन टी शर्ट, ओ चिंतामणि पार्टी
सेंटर
Okay. खड़ा हो सकते हैं क्या? समझे ना मैं क्या बोली? खड़ा हो सकते हैं। बस एक गाइस मैं कुछ करके दे रही हूँ आपको।
अच्छा पिक्चर
खड़ा
हाँ
और इधर साइड में ला दो।
पकड़ो ना उल्टा, थोड़ा घुमा दो। नहीं एक मिनट अबा पकड़ो
अरे पीछे चलो यार।
पीछे चलो,
पीछे गिर जाएंगे।
नुसरत जी इधर इधर सामने सामने नुसरत सामने सामने नुसरत सामने राइट
दादा
Always right here. This side, this side, this side. Ma'am, this side.
खेलने तो दो हमको
Hello.
This way.
Hello. That's right.
मैम या मैम या
Sorry guys, thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
आ गया ना? और इसको खड़ा कर दिया, और नहीं हो सकती मैं कुछ.
Thank you guys, thank you. Just back.